Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is still Thursday morning, September 9, 2021. It's 11:33 in the morning, and it's kind of a hot day. I'm on Del Mar right now. I'm headed to Whole Foods. I had signed up. Oh, man, it almost escaped me today. But there's a hiring event here that I had registered for last week, and then I noticed on my email I was out running some errands, and I had to take an assessment, 58 questionnaire assessment. I hate those assessments. I don't like to judge myself. I think it's vain to judge myself. But you know how those kind of questionnaires and assessments, it's all psychological based, and I remember they used to do that. I started doing that about maybe 10, 15 years ago. Really applied. It used to be once here and there, but they've taken kind of like white collar questionnaires and applied it to blue collar labor. So whatever. So I had to run home, take the assessment, change my shirt, and now I'm going over here on Arroyo Parkway, and I'm going to go to Whole Foods over here. It is quite warm today. I think it is supposed to be cooling down. Here it's not really so bad, but anywhere else in like the Valley, San Fernando Valley area, and the Inland Empire, it's hot, especially over the Antelope Valley, over the mountains over here. But running around. You know, one thing that I don't think I mentioned, you know, in her anger with, I guess, her mother and one of her siblings. Excuse me, I remember she was calling the VA hospital, and she's getting angry and she's demanding, you need to take my mother away. It's like, well, I don't think they can really do that. It seems like if your brother has power of attorney and is your caretaker, you know, you gotta talk to an attorney or something, or petition to have that change, I believe. Just trying to go back to my days of being an in-home caregiver. Those kind of areas are pretty sketchy. You know, once a conservatorship is issued, you know, it's just, and then she's like, she was getting angry with I guess it was a young lady on the phone, and she's just like, am I calling the VA hotline, or am I calling the suicide line? And I'm like, what the hell is she asking? Because she was so angry at the other person on the phone, and I understand that, especially when it comes to a loved one, and namely a parent, and there's another family member involved. I totally understand that I sympathize. She was on the phone with this person for about 15-20 minutes, and she's getting angry, and I'm like, you know, why are you yelling at her? And when she said, is this the VA hotline or suicide hotline? Then she was trying to say, no, I'm not suicidal. I'm not angry. So the other person was more or less, you know, conveying a lot of strong feelings and emotions in there, especially anger. You've heard her anger. And I'm just like, oh boy. Okay. Well, at least I know I mark the day on the calendar. If anything ever happens, I go, well, yeah, I remember she was talk her to the VA hospital or whatever, and kind of track that record and see if that person wasn't thinking that she was really, really angry, upset in a manner that you're asking this person if they're suicidal. And I was thinking, yeah, see, it's not just me. So no one's there other than just her, and she just drinks and plays that stupid game and barks at the dog, and she doesn't, man, she's all, quit biting me, quit biting me. I'm like, how is the dog biting you? Well, yeah, you know, dogs and cats are what they are. When they want to communicate with their alpha, you know, you or I, they want to get playful, you know. They want to do that little thing where they nip and they just kind of, don't bite me. You want to get in your house? Get in your house. I hate having to hear that. You know, it's just, get off my bed. Get off my bed. She doesn't like the dog being on her bed. She doesn't like the dog to move around. What'd I say? What'd I say? Stay still. You want to go back in your house? You want to pow pow? You want to pow pow? And I'm like, holy crap. What is she doing? You know, when she first got the dog, she was like okay with the dog, and she was, honeymoon wears off quickly sometimes when you're a pet owner, and I understand that. But still, she treats that dog like she treats us. You know, she wants to be in command and control of every aspect of whatever that is. Just like she says, oh, this is my house. This is my house. I'm the bitch up in this house. And that's another thing. She just really, really gets ugly and nasty verbally with that dog, you know. And I've only heard her maybe a couple times where she's like kind of not treated the dog well, and she kind of picks it up and I guess maybe kind of tosses it in its, I presume, kennel, because she keeps saying house, and I think she's got a carrier, so it's just that dog kind of is in the same boat as we are, but worse, because it's in the same occupies the same spaces she does. There's Whole Foods. So it's just a bunch of poop. All right, my friends, so I'm going to go in there and I'll let you know what happens, all right? I hate talking with facial panties. These are facial panties. These things suck. It went well. It was quick. It's Whole Foods / Amazon. You know, I'd still prefer much to work for a much smaller company. My experience is so much in the past, large versus small corporations, it's not always a guarantee, but smaller is a little bit better. You don't get lost in the shuffle. You don't become another proverbial number, just another social security. I mean, that applies to any kind of business or whatever that you deal with. But I think as far as listening to employees and such, it's a little bit more responsive and better listening. After almost 3 years at Target, trying to convey suggestions and things like that to the higher ups, it just seems to always fall on deaf ears. And doesn't really make for an enthusiastic work environment, you know. So in fact, because this would probably be the third, maybe fourth, definitely fourth. I would want the In-N-Out, I would want Tommy's and Chick-fil-A, and then lastly Whole Foods, in that order, honestly. But In-N-Out, I'm telling you, my friends, especially since In-N-Out is more of a homegrown company here in California, I believe. So yeah, you know, it's just a little bit better, and they're not really getting too big for the britches. So, and if ever I get things situated, if, knock on wood, I would get that, there's In-N-Out in Las Vegas, so that would be cool. Yeah, it was pretty quick, you know, and honestly, now in that aspect of judging myself, that was really, to be truthful, I really wasn't too enthusiastic, just being honest. I think starting pay here is $15.50 an hour. So, and I put down my hours, basically what I wanted. I just don't want to, I'll come in earlier in the morning. I'd rather just you know, 6 in the morning till at the latest maybe 7 or 8 p.m. I mean, it's much closer, but I'm just really burned out on doing all those for almost 3 years, off and on, here and there, you know, closing at 10 o'clock and then coming back around 6 a.m. and stuff like that. I like to be someone that can be counted on and reliable, but those 8 miles away from Target, and transportation, especially back home, you know, getting off at 10 p.m. and then walking 2 hours home, and then having to get up extra early in the morning to be at 6 so I can spend 2 hours to walk to work. Truthfully, I'm burned out on doing that. I mean, yeah, I love to work and I love walking, but oh wow, there's just no compensation for walking to work. And that's kind of another thing that really bothered me with Target, because I know a lot of you folks and a lot of other friends and stuff have asked me, you know, why don't you see about Target, you know, having some sort of company? Yeah, they never existed. Those kind of situations are very few and far in between. It used to be a little bit more available and relevant with a lot of employers, well, especially here in California, where you can get a discount for a bus pass, whatever your bus pass needs were, and you just, it doesn't really, it's just, especially now with a lot of public transportation companies being federally subsidized. Yeah, and honestly, here in Pasadena, as I said, the only thing that I have to pay for is when I take the Pasadena Arts Bus, the city's municipality here. That's 75 cents. So I, like so many other folks here, if we're just traveling from Pasadena, South Pasadena, or even actually from Union Station to Union Station and out to East Pasadena, you don't really have to pay. No, what's it? Oh, Foothill Transit, yeah. Foothill Transit, that's $1.75. So Metro, I don't have to pay for that. Although I do need to get a tap card just so I can to be able to utilize the Arts Bus, the Pasadena, and the Foothill Transit in case I ever need to go to, like, what do you call it? Walmart and stuff like that, out there, the Duarte and Monrovia and stuff like that. Now, And I know a lot of you folks have even suggested, well, Costco. Costco would be good. I mean, Costco, yeah, because it's kind of in the similarity of working at Home Depot when I used to work at Home Depot, but a little bit different. The only problem with working at Costco is it's all the way heck out in Azusa. And when you get off, where's it? Yeah, I'd have to take a Lyft or an Uber from the bus stop or from the train station, Azusa over there, and then walk. And then I don't even know how that situation works. Honestly, I've had it with taking Uber and Lyft. I've been trying off and on for about a month now, trying to reconnect to my Uber account because I think I still had like $25 or $32 on my Uber account that I just didn't use. And I kind of had it there for an emergency purpose and stuff. So, ooh, it's not that hot, but it is muggy. It's about 85, 86 degrees here. But still. Plus, I've been running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to do stuff. I did run into an old friend over here that's homeless still. He's a much older gentleman. And he's like, "Oh, Carlos, I haven't seen you." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I just try to give him a brief of what's been going down." He's like, just the library's closed. That was everybody's here in Pasadena's go-to place was the library, especially during the summertime and hot times like this. And then getting into cold weather, that's where we would seek shelter and from cold and hot and what have you. He was telling me that the library's gonna be retrofitted, and from what he heard, because actually what they're putting out on the public is a little different from what we homeless would always get, the real skinny when it came situations to city and the library and stuff like that, versus whatever is put on Pasadena Star or Pasadena Now newspaper and stuff like that. So, and since we were very good friends with a lot of people that work for the Department of Recs and parks and stuff like that, we always kind of knew what was going on and what the real story was here at Pasadena. I really, really miss it. And I do see some of my friends still out here that are still out here from days long gone, it seems like. It's just, I feel so bad. But what are you gonna do? I don't have the capability of helping people like I was in the past. I really do wish I could. I really, really wish I could just have the availability and the finance to do that. It's hard enough right now just to get my finances up and running. And just to be able to get a job and keep my head afloat. Life is maddening. Still maddening. But, just gotta keep pressing on. Ooh, I'll be sweating like a pig. All right, my friends, I just wanted to touch bases with you folks. Let you know, another day. The gentleman did say that he's going to talk to grocery and produce to see if there's anything there. I did kind of make it a little bit restrictive, I guess, maybe, to just because I had seen the hours posted of shifts and stuff like that, and I kind of put hours in between that. So yeah, I did kind of sabotage that, but we'll see what happens. And I put a much later date for availability as far as to start towards the end of the month, because I do want to hear from In-N-Out. I really want to hear from In-N-Out Burgers. And I think this week, well, that's already. I guess I can definitely kiss Chick-fil-A goodbye, because I haven't heard from them this week. I think they said sometime this week. Tommy's, I think, was possibility this weekend, and Whole Foods over here. Well, In-N-Out would be, I think they would take them a couple weeks, because they were hiring for like 2 weeks out, or in the process of hiring for the next 2 weeks. And I'll see that. I'm hoping, I'm really, really holding out for that. I really, really am. I mean, when I've talked to some of the people that have interviewed me, I go, yeah, well, why did you leave Target? And then they say, a couple of people said, well, I've had friends that work at Target, and one gentleman said, well, my daughter's worked at Target, and kind of understood on how Target is. It's a shame, I don't know how the rest of the company is. All I know is that the store that I was, when my other store director handed the reins over to that store director, the quality and enthusiasm amongst the team members, the employees, dropped dramatically. She came in with a fanfare and everything, and just, being a little overzealous, which is fine, but, when you spend most of your time in the office, or chatting, or walking the floor, and just chatting. Oh, all right, team leads, it's 9 o'clock, we're supposed to meet at Starbucks, and it's like, oh, okay. And another thing that we really noticed is that when that store opened up, our budget for employees, as far as like food and stuff like that, whatever you're going to do for employees, the catering and buying lunch and stuff like that, I would say maybe 3 or 4, about 2 or 3 times a year, we would have Maria's tacos come, and we would have tacos over there on the outside patio. And then we'd always have food. We'd always have pizza parties. We had Chick-fil-A a couple of times. Maria's Tacos about 2 or 3 times, and pizza always, and just a lot of stuff. And from there, just maybe once or twice a year, and then we would get the expired snacks and chips and stuff that were from the store, and instead of giving it to donations, it would come to the break room. So yeah, the level of care for employees dropped dramatically, and just, I don't like that, I pay attention to this stuff, and I've worked long enough in my life that I know how a business is going either up or down, and changing management and what have you is just no me gusta. I don't like it. So, all right, my friends, I'm gonna go get on the bus over here. Oh, actually, yeah, it's hot. I want to go home and check on emails. All right, my friends, I'm gonna end it here, and I will post when I get home. Do I have anything tomorrow? I have a feeling there's something coming up tomorrow. Oh, one thing I did want to mention, because I saw the email, the announcement on actually on Facebook, at the Chalk Festival. The Chalk Festival that we used to have over here in Pasadena, Paseo, it was for Father's Day weekend. It was a 2-day event, 2.5-day event, kind of, is back on. It's going to be in October 16th and 17th, and I am hoping by that time when I get a job, I'm going to try and see if I can't make some time at least one day, and I'm hoping that my friend Daniel will be there doing his thing. So that's it. All right, folks, I shall end it here. So you folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment, pull down your pants and slide on that ice. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, what we're doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button. Tell your friends and family about me, about us, what's going on, and another interview. Gotta keep going away. Houston's restaurant. I'll put a link down there below for. I've been there once. It's good food. A little pricey, but it's worth it. The inside is beautiful. I like it because it's got that craftsman look / Frank Lloyd Wright. It's just beautiful inside. It's very, very nice. All right, folks. Comments, good or bad, please post. And I will talk to you later. Love you all. Bye-bye.